This is my ride.
Big Mama Wanda.
My vessel for freedom.
This is Rasta Shasta.
And this is my bus Blue.
Don't make it perfect. Don't care about that as much. I think the journey is more important than a perfect rig.
Hey there, my name is Joyful, and this is my 1988 Dodge Ram V250. I bought it about 15 months ago from a guy at a card game, and just super excited about it. Been taking it out camping a lot, went to Burning Man just a couple weeks ago, finally got it cleaned up, and here I am at Northwest Nomads. The inception was that my husband was very ill and I needed to find a way to get out into nature and make it as seamless as possible. And so that's why I was fired up to get the van and really make some fun trips that were easy for us to negotiate. So looking at the outside of the van, you can see that I've got the awning set up. Super easy, feels a little MacGyver-ish. With the way it's set up, but it works great. I also put a bike rack in the back so that we could go out and run around without having to move the van. And it's got actually a lot of its original or last owner's cool stickers going, and it's generally it's just sort of a great vibe because it's got so much of Central Oregon lore inside of it. And most recently, my husband did pass away, unfortunately, in March. And as a grief gift, a girlfriend said, I know you've been wanting to fix up the van, bring it over and we'll start working on it. And we took it all the way down to the metal. And it was great because it gave me sort of a passion project while I was going through my grief. And I got to learn a lot. I got to learn how to use a, jigsaw and a circular saw. And I already knew how to do a lot of the basics, but it really gave me a lot of joy in my day during a difficult time. So welcome to the inside of my van. Starting at the front, it's just old school 1988 van. I think the thing I love about it that feels really nostalgic is that old parking brake that you get to push down and go to come back up. Just reminds me of like childhood. It just feels really nostalgic. When I'm driving the van, I actually feel sort of like a 26-year-old guy because I think that's what people expect when they see the outside of this. And sometimes I'll have people like helping me move back and they'll be like, you got it, dude, you got it, dude, you got it, dude. Oh my God, I mean, ma'am. And it always makes me laugh. I just added some hooks up here so that once I land someplace, I've got more storage. You can see I've got an old speaker, which I love. Just great sound. It's CDs, but it still does actually go into my Bluetooth, so that's great. So lots of music. Big refrigerator. This was the only thing that did not leave the van when I remodeled it. So everything else, and obviously not the seats, but everything else back came out. Sanded, painted countertops, and here's, full drawers set up, and I love this Lazy Susan. Lots and lots of stuff can be in here, so that's sort of fantastic. A sink setup, 3-burner stove, which was great. Everything's on propane, so the refrigerator is on propane. I've got light fixture also on propane. The stove, and I do have a heater that I can pull out, so it works great. The propane is underneath the vehicle. And as I said, I was just in Burning Man and I ran my fridge the entire time, which was fantastic. I'm moving to the back of the van. I just rebuilt the entire platform because it was sort of wonky with supports, which made it difficult to use the underspace as storage. So we redid that. We added the rods for the drapes, and then the drapes are actually vintage material I bought about 20 years ago at the Alameda Flea Market down in California, and they are European drapes. So I was using as tablecloths, just cut them up and created the curtains. Also, you can see wooden skis, water skis are used as the shelves, and I've got some artwork that my friends or myself have done, and it just feels like a great vibe. All of the siding is new. We did new insulation, new 1/8" plywood, added this, which is actually was really nice. It's just from Amazon, and it's plastic sheets, but it was good to be able to work around everything and get it in. And I just love being in the van. It just feels great. Inside my van, obviously, the height is really perfect for me. I think people who are 6 foot tall can also get in pretty comfortably. This kitchen area is just great because it's really efficient, it's easy, it doesn't take a lot, it doesn't give me so much space that I'm bringing along a ton of things I don't need, so I can really be efficient. Often I boil water in the winter so that it actually heats up the whole van, so that's great, and I can always just sit here and eat, which is lovely, and yeah, everything just works really well. I think this Lazy Susan was just spectacular just because I can put in, health and beauty aids, I can put in tools, and I can also keep in like all of my condiments and everything really well organized. And the drawers are all nice and big and working. One little secret fun thing about this is that this is my security right here. You have to pull a nail out of the side to get this little door to open. So this is my own little security device, which is sort of fun and quirky. So what I also love about the van is that it feels so Central Oregon and has so much just love and great energy. And as you can see, on every trip that was taken by the previous owners and trip that I've taken, we've had people go ahead and sign the top or put where we've been on it, and it's nice because sometimes I'm like, where do I want to go? And I'm like, oh, Frog Lake, let's go figure out where that is and go there. The other thing I really try to do, especially going to Burning Man, was really try and create sort of a living room feeling here with books and original art, so that I sort of had a sacred space to like retreat to when Burning Man would just get too chaotic. And that was a lovely part of the project, and putting everything together is really creating a container that felt safe and comfortable. And so that's just been great and really fun. I found this piece of art online on Etsy, I believe. And what I love about it is I felt like after my husband died that like my life was just, gosh, cracked open. My heart was cracked open. Everything was so changed. And what I loved about this is out of the cracks were emerging butterflies and beauty and liberation and freedom. And I just felt like that also incorporates what's happening for me in the van, in the ability to travel wherever I want and meet people and learn new things and have new experiences. So it's I'm happy to have it sort of as a moniker of what I'm going through and carrying it here with me as I travel. So when we rebuilt the bed platform, it had sort of janky vertical supports previously, so we pulled everything out and we just have it supported by 2x4s on the edges that have 2x4s running across with the plywood on top, so that we have nothing, the storage is completely open. I've got my water system right there that I just fill up, and I have a lot of storage space. And we made it the height so that we could fit in those black and yellow bins really easily. So it makes it really easy. So created sort of this janky box system, because when I went to Burning Man, I was afraid of sandstorms just ripping and putting sand right into this ventilation release, because this is where the carbon monoxide comes out of the fridge. And I was just afraid of having a huge bunch of sand in there. So I went to a metal shop in Bend, Oregon, and we just sort of came up with this idea, and it worked well. Thanks for viewing the tour of my van, my beloved. I actually call her the Beast, because when she turns over, it's just like so full of energy and life. I think that what I'm finding for me is that even with, sort of humble, just everything you need, you don't need to have a big fancy van. You need to just have something that like makes your heart sing, has what you need in it. And I feel like for me, going out on the road and meeting all these new people is sort of like a respite from myself. I feel like so much time during the day we're just busy and we're fretting and we're thinking, and when you get to come out on the road and you get to meet all these people, it's just sort of like a nice break from life. It's a little bit of an escape, but it's also just a respite to like refill your stores of energy and just refill your heart about what really matters and what really, really speaks to you. So go for it, get out there, just do it with anything you got, anything, and just try and think about what are the basic creature comforts you need, because that's all you really need. So grab your heart, grab your vehicle, and get on the road.